sensitizes you through a program, Security and You, on Mondays between 4:30 and 5 o'clock in the evening. Members of the public are allowed to contribute meaningfully to save you and me from the headache. Make a date with the anchor Abdul Jalil Adebisi on this channel with security experts. Security and You. Hey, a must watch. Join us. That edition of Security and You from the staple of program department of the corporation, as we usually give it to you. This is the platform where you can know what you need to do, what the government is doing in terms of the security. You know that we usually say it on this program that if you are secure, that your property is secure, then the economy, even education, every sphere of human endeavor is sacred and is safe. Then everything will be moving forward. That is why Osun State is celebrating its 33rd anniversary. Then we need to exploit it from the scratch. That is to look for somebody who knows the nitty-gritty of the origin of the state, particularly in terms of security. You know that somebody who happens to be with the governor is he himself can be called like a governor, because he is a person who is very, very close. Then who is that person? Somebody who was the aide de camp to the first executive governor of Osun State. There is no way we can talk about Osun at 33 without talking about Governor Iseka Adeleke, and his aide is a barrister. He's a barrister and is a retired policeman from the Nigerian Police Service. Barrister Samuel Ojo. How are you, sir?
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Yes,
you traveled some time ago. We thank God that you are able to be here. How was the journey?
That's good.
Okay, we've just trace it from this angle. We can say that because the governor remains to be governor. Yes, the Alhaji Iseka Adeleke happens to be the first executive governor, and you are, in terms of security, you are very, very close to him. That is the reward you are having now. Your loyalty now brings you back into the corridor of power. Yes, I want you to look at this. The administration of Alhaji Iseka Adeleke, being the first governor of the state, when the state had no experience of any executive governor, there will be a lot of crises, a lot of some things that are strange. How was he able to maintain peace during that first time, particularly the property we shared with Oyo? Was there any crisis? And if there is, how was it settled?
Thank you so much, the anchor. During that period, when my boss came in, my late boss, Alhaji Iseka Adeleke, the first democratically elected governor of the state, of Adia State, the state of the living spring. They so continue to rest in private bliss.
I mean,
honestly, it's wonderful. It's energetic. It was so good. And when they created the state on the 27th of August 1991, I was a two-star officer by then. I was DCO Ikiri in those days. And incidentally, we met, and honestly, it developed interest, and chose me as his ADC. I never expected it, especially myself that I am from Osun State. Who am I to be chosen as a ADC? But being a nice person, he had people's minds. He always assisting people
and appreciated quality.
And honestly, I was chosen as ADC. So by and large, when he came in as the first democratically elected governor of Osun State, and we started it started very well. And all those sharing formula between Oyo State and Osun State. As a man that was a carefree, he took life simple. He doesn't have any issue or grudges against anybody. So when they brought papers to him, he would study it. You know, he was he read post science. Post science, first degree was post science. Before he did a master degree in criminology. So, you know, the two powerful certificates assisted him a lot. So he took life simple, and whatever formula they brought, either 40-40 or 40-60 or 60-40 or whatever, he agreed, and life went on. So that was time he was able to handle the matter without any crisis, or without any grudges between himself and the governor of Oyo State by then.
Okay, I can remember that when Osun State was created, we had a itinerant of security forces, security men following him. And then I was able to maintain a decorum among the numbers of security men. We have naval officer, we have soldier, we have police, we have all of them.
That issue, it was not an issue. You see, the governor is the chief security officer of that state, and he should be able to have the grip of the security architecture of that place. And when you are the chief security officer of the state you are governed, and you have the security agencies at your fingertips, you don't have any issue, because there was periodic meetings, and when you are good with your integrity, with your things that you know that it is necessary to do, especially on security matters. He asked me, where is my CP? Call the CP, we have meeting tomorrow. Or call the CP, there's an issue, so place. Ask her about it. So I was able to be very close to the CP. So, and I called him periodically, intermittently, anytime. Even if it's in the night, the CP will answer me. As small as I was by then, as 2 stars officer. So he handled the security issues very tight, and he was very close to all the security agencies, be you the police, be you army, be you there was nothing like the civil defense by then. No. With civil defense were just calling. Yes, even when I was a DT Osogbo in those days, I was the one that was even teaching them on what to do, as far back as 1989-90. So there was nothing like civil defense. I was just using them to attend functions. So my late governor was very, very good.
Okay, when we talk about provision of materials for the security, because we learned that he was the first governor to procure enough or some materials, particularly to the police and other security architecture. I wanted to testify to that. In terms of vehicles?
We were able to did a lot, but you see, it was during the time that the government wanted to purchase more vehicles, more equipment that Abacha took over from us. Even it was, if you could remember vividly, it was when we came back from US where we went for negotiation of getting money, getting loan from overseas and to invest in our state. You know, it was not just, it was about a month after that Abacha took over from us on the 17th of November 1993. I can never forget that day. But honestly, with the little he had by then, he took care of the security agencies, and everything was moving normally.
Even I learned that at the prison Elisha called correctional center now, he did some things there. Can you tell people what are the things that he did?
He bought a lot of things, and he really pumped money into the prison because of the jailbreak. We were hearing by then, although it was not pronounced. But you see, charity begins at home, and when something is happening in other states, you have to use that to preempt such thing and prevent it, so that without preventing it, there may be problem. And look at what happened in Oyo State during when all this when they were saying these people that they are ganging up, causing crisis here and there. So Yoruba Nation or whatever. So we have to prevent ourselves. We have to prepare ahead of whatever will have happened. So you see, one need to be proactive. And when you are not proactive and you don't listen to radio, you don't listen to TV, how will you now be proactive? You looking for or hearing from what the other states, what is happening in other states. Before it happens to you, you have to. That's why probably they are now saying Osun State is one of the states. If not most, it's one of the most peaceful states in the country. Okay. Not because of it's because of the oneness,
activeness,
the
the
unity,
and proactiveness.
Yes, what I'm saying, the oneness, the unity, and proactiveness of the security agencies and of the governor. Because without the governor, is governor supporting what the security agencies are doing? Because if there's no support from the government, the security, what would they do? Would they use their bare arms or whatever to curtail this crisis? Or would they go there without enough ammunition? Or would they go there without enough men? Or would they go there with the bicycles? So
I want to justify because we had you have talked about the first Adeleke. We are now in the second Adeleke. I want to look at this strategy. I don't know what you use. What do you call it? The courtists that is in court, they usually celebrate 7/7. But this year, the government put some things in place. I don't know whether the government bribed them or the government begged them. They were unable to have it. And it is always characterized with killings. Then what is the logic?
As I've told you earlier on, you see, there is nothing like logic. Or, see, we are not angels. And one cannot claim to be angel. But when you know that this is what has been happening over the years, and this is what they mean, then you have to curtail it. You see, there are many things that we security agencies are doing that we may not like to tell the public that this is what we are doing, because the moment you now say it out, it's as if you are selling yourself. Oh, this is what we did, so that we will not be able to have problem. Then next time they will now plan
against it
different ways. But such things that we are using to ensure that there is peace, calmness, harmony in the state, we will continue to do it. But it is not. It is within the purview or the ambit of the law agencies to know what to do, to be proactive, and to before that day. We did a lot of things, but there's no point in selling ourselves.
Okay, I want us to look at this angle too. Yes, we said that the government is able to do some things and to maintain, but we know that killings across the country is still rampant. Even we know that some people, when they commit offense in some other states, when they want to pass through here, our security architecture, our security officers, they always nap them. Then are we able to safeguard the site so that you can tell people that okay, you can go out in the midnight, you can go out anytime, Are we secured?
Of course, yes. That is what I'm saying. You see, when you have government that is supportive, especially to the security agencies, people will sleep with their two eyes closed. But when you have a government that is not listening to the hearing of the people, talk less of the security agencies, honestly, a lot of things will be happening. As a lawyer and as a retired senior police officer, I believe I should be able to think ahead, think proactively before something happens. And I thank God that when I came here as special advisor to the governor, all the CPs, all the security agencies, BU, police, army, civil defense, immigration, they are all good people. And if I call them once, they answer me twice. They are not here, but they are hearing me. We work hand in hand. We work as family, and we discuss extensively with ourselves. We have meetings periodically, and even there's another meeting tomorrow being called by one that's one of our officers is hosting us. I will not tell you the officer.
Okay. What about the private security outfit? Do you have any synergy with them?
Oh,
we are coming to Amotekun, but like hunters, like vigilante and co.
They are awesome. They are very, very good. Vigilantes, hunters, even Amotekun. If I call vigilante now, that's meet me in the office. Before I get to the office, he will meet me. If I call him in the night, he will meet me.
Because you are taking care of them.
Because it is not me that is taking. The government is taking care of them, and the government is trying it out. They are trying their best. So I don't know why I will now call them even in the midnight. If I call Bill at the midnight, he will come. He will answer me. That is their chairman. That is vigilante chairman. So he's doing well. He's doing a fantastic job.
There is another kudos to the administration of Adeleke, particularly in terms of education, that is security in terms of education, that you hardly can you see any students out during that is courtesy of the Peace Corps that he employed. Then is the money you are spending on that, is it not too much in all schools having the security architecture?
There is nothing like too much on education, especially for the children of nowadays. When the government came in under the leadership of my boss, that is one of the 5-point agendas he had, and he's following it step by step. You see, children that are suffering in the school, children that are not being taken care of in the school by their parents, but they have the premonition that if I go to school tomorrow, if I don't go to school tomorrow, I will miss my food. Something that the parents cannot give them, they are giving them in the school. How would the children, or how would that a child not want to stay at home? He would like to go to the school, especially when he gets to the school. When he or she gets to the school, he will not be suffered. He will be taken care of. Feeding is here, and where he's going to sit is comfortable. How would every one of them would like to go?
Okay, kidnapping is everywhere. We learned that actually the police, they stood on the top of the station, and we are able to be getting some kidnapping in Osun State. How can we quench it, or we reduce it to, because we had at Ode, Elisha, around that very place, we learned that last year a boy was stolen. Then after all, a boy was kidnapped. Yes. Then about last week also, we learned that 3 young children were also kidnapped. Actually, I learned it because I go around. I learned that they have discovered the kidnapper. Then how can we? I want you to advise the parents first, because if not, because the government is doing well, they won't be able to get them. Then I want you to advise the parents before we come to the government.
You see, I do say it times without number. We parents have a lot to do. If your children are not seen when they are expected to be seen, then the parents should look for them. Because what the children are doing is almost 70% come from the parents. When you have children and you will not be able to control them right from the beginning, by the time they are getting to a stage where you will not be able to control them, they will go astray. But you have to start taming your children right from the beginning. So those people that are joining cultists and cultists, I believe they should be more on their children or on their words. If they say they are going to school, let them be in the school. If you notice any little thing that your child is doing, or your son is doing, or your daughter is doing, you should be able to call the daughter or the son that, what are you doing? Especially these are boys that are wearing their trousers or whatever. They have
sagging.
It's uncalled for. So called for when your son is sagging. What do you mean by sagging? You slam that boy, he will not repeat it again. But when you don't do that, then he will do more than what you are doing. Look at their heads. Are they normal? Are they normal human beings? Can my own personal son be putting such a dreaded hair on his head, and I'll be watching him. I'll be asking him I'll be welcoming him to my house. It's uncalled for. So a lot of things are with their parents. The parents should be able to teach their children the way of God right from the beginning.
And recently too at Owode, a woman over 60 years was kidnapped and killed.
It was not kidnapped, it was murdered in the house.
Was murdered.
Not killed. You see, I don't know what prompted the killers or the assassins or assassinators to have done that, but by the grace of God, the CP is on it, the DSS is on it, the civil defense is on it, and sooner or later they will get them apprehended.
Okay. Then before we go, I want to look at the issue of Omonile. How is the government tackling that?
We are working on that, and we will not allow it. And that is the law will take its course. So whoever is disturbing anyone on his land, on our land, they should go to the nearest police station and report the conduct of such Omonile. There's nothing like Omonile. The owner of the land sold his or her portion or his or her land to someone, and someone will now come from somewhere and say this is Omonile, that before you start developing or before you start doing this, you must pay a certain amount of money. Just go to the nearest police station and inform the police.
Okay, yes. So sometimes when ordinary people like us go to the police to go and report, they will say, go and get a fuel. They don't have fuel to fuel their car or bring care so that they can go to the place. What is the government doing about it?
It is in those days. It is not now. Especially not in Osun. If anyone gets to the police station and you report your matter or you report your case, and someone, we call them CRO, and is demanding or asking you to pay certain amount of money, just call the CP or the PRO. Everybody has a PRO's number, or call center or whatever. You call them.
On the final note, Amatekun has been rejigged. If at all, your government, you inherited Amatekun, but it seems as if you have introduced some things. I want people to know, what are the things you have introduced into Amatekun?
Well, Amatekun has been doing well, and they will continue to do well, and especially when a new crop has entered. A new crop in the sense that another corps commanders has been appointed, who knows all the crannies, the nooks and crannies of the states, who was in the system before, and that is Adekunle Omoyele. He was in a surveillance of the CP before. He knows all the nooks and crannies of the place. So, and he knows almost all those boys that are disturbing the states. So they will continue to do well, and with his presence now as Amatekun Corps commander, you see a lot of criminals will run away.
Thank you very much, Barrister Samuel Ojo, the aide to the first governor of Osun State, Alhaji Isiaka Adeleke of blessed memory. We thank you very much, and Adetunji Adeleke, thank you, and the essay on security to the incumbent governor. We appreciate you. We appreciate the good work the governor is doing in the state. On behalf of the producer of the program, Mr. Adesoye, we thank you very much. On behalf of the PS, we thank you. On behalf of the chairman, we appreciate you. We appreciate the governor for giving us the opportunity. This is the convenient point. We are going to be drawing the curtain till next week, where we are going to be having another veteran man in terms of security. I'm yours, Abdul Adebisi Abdurrahim, saying bye for now.
Security in Bloglio is the main concern of everybody in Nigeria. Alert on security is sacrosanct. OSBC Television Channel 32 UHF Ileawiye Okebale Osogbo sensitizes you through a program, Security and You, on Mondays between 4:30 and 5 o'clock in